Hi and welcome to new NTW3 replay. This replay today has been sent in by Scary T. It's a battle of the 100 Days campaign. We have on the coalition side an army of around 8,774 men with 15 guns. On the Imperial side we'll have an army with the size of 6,094 men and 14 guns, although their guns are far larger caliber. On the coalition side, the players are Gringo, whatever you want to call them, Scary T as Hill, Gorde as Perch, and Uzo as Zietten. On the Imperial side, we have Uvarov as the guard. We have Freedoz as... who was it? 1 second. I have it in my notes. As Gerard. We have Nate as Pajol, and we have smplayer as Ray. Taking a look at the armies now. I'll put up an annotation or something for the timestamp that you can take a look at if you want to skip, because I'll be going more in depth into each army, so just skip if you want to. For those that don't want to skip, I'll go into detail in a little bit, but this is the overview right now of Perch's army. Should be on the screen. Zietten's army should be on the screen. Orange's army should be on the screen. And Hill's army should be on the screen. On the Imperial side, Guard's army should be on the screen. Gerard's army should be on the screen. Pajol's army should be on the screen. And Ray's army should be on the screen. Now going further into detail, looking first into Perch's army, we have Totenkopf, which is obviously a very good unit. 16 melee, 18 defense, 12 morale, C8 stamina, shock resistance and inspires. 4 gun 3 pounder and 2 gun 3 pounders, which is very curious considering this is a Gorde. He usually likes bringing larger caliber guns. I'm already laughing because he knows I'm going to call him an arty camper, so I'm surprised he brought very small caliber guns. We have the 25th line, which a battle general, and on top of that it's a very good unit considering it has 26 accuracy, 74 reload, 11 morale, 142 men, L4, shock resistance and stamina. Furthermore, we have the 14th line battle general. It's a decent unit. Both of them are 1-star battle general. Looking at Zietten's army now. We have the 24th line battle general, 1-star. It's a pretty good unit with 25 accuracy, 65 reload, 153 men, L3 and stamina. The 12th line battle general, 1-star. Nice price. 24 accuracy, 60 reload, 178 men. For the price, it's pretty good. Here it is, the 6th lights. They have 25 accuracy, 72 reload, 5 morale, L4, 131 men and stamina. On top of that, unfortunately they can't square, but there are other units on this army that can square. I believe some of the battle generals. Which, not too many squares, but you have the British. And while it's true that some of the British units can't square, a big part of them can, so the Prussians don't really have to rely on their own squares, they'll be fine. Moving on to Hill's army, which is a Scary T's army. He brought the, we have the 2 units of the Grasshoppers, which if you play NTW3, you know how good they are. If you've watched Sharp, the series, you should know how good they are. If you basically know Napoleonic Wars, they're fantastic units. 37 accuracy, 88 reload, 10 morale, and they have the speed of S2. Then he brought the light bobs, which have 27 accuracy, 93 reload, 10 morale, L4, 152 men, shock resistance and stamina. Fantastic units. On top of all of that, most of the British units use the Brown Bess, which has thankfully been patched since patch 8.7, which means it's back to its former glory. Not as much as say 8.2, but it's good. It's at medium range, it's the strongest firearm. We have the Asaya, Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah, the SI Regiment, Frederick Adam, Battle General. 29 accuracy, 107 reloads, 21 melee in game, 14 morale, 107 men, G5 speed, fantastic unit. He brought the Stormers as well. Where are they? The 51st Lightfoot, the Stormers, a fantastic, absolutely fantastic unit. The 30 accuracy, 107 reload, 17 melee, 11 morale, L5, shock res, stamina. He brought the 1st and the 2nd KGL foot. The first one has 28 accuracy, 97 reload, 11 morale, L4, shock res, and stamina. And the 2nd foot has identical stats, but instead of 97 reload, it has 109 reload. And then finally for the coalition size, we have Orange, which is Gringo's army, or Gringo, whatever. Then he brought some absolutely ridiculous units. The 1st Foot Guards, plus a Battle General, the 1st Foot Guards. Here it is. The Battle General, just a regular line itself has 30 accuracy, 105 reload, 18 melee, 16 morale, 131 men, L2, shock res, stamina, and inspire. On top of that, the Battle General has 31 accuracy, 120 reload, which I believe to be the max animation speed. So past 120 doesn't matter, that's the max. 19 melee, 18 morale, 131 men, L2, shock res, and stamina. Absolutely stupid how good a unit is. Some Verdun, which is actually pretty alright unit. Here it is. It's actually pretty decent. With 26 accuracy, 69 reload, 15 melee, 10 morale, 124 men, L4, shock res, and stamina. And then he brought, on top of all those ridiculous units he already had, the 3rd Foot Guards, the Kitties. Here they are, which have 28 accuracy, 90 reload, 23 melee in game, 13 morale, 149 men, shock res, stamina, and inspire. So this is probably it's a new player, but let's not knock on new players. He can still do good, but this will be the counterpart to the Imperial Guard. Over at the Imperial side, unfortunately, I have the perspective of the Coalition right now, but no matter, I'll still read it. We have Pajol, Nate, which is a cav only corps, if I believe, with some artillery. He brought some, the Colonel General, which have they're C7, so for lights, they have 18 defense, 16 attack, 11 morale, shock res, and stamina. The Premier Chevalier Lancier, which are C7, and while not the best stats, they're Lancers. You gotta remember the Lancers always have that charge bonus, and they're pretty much good every time, no matter how bad their stats are. The Patriot unit, it has 18 defense, 16 attack, 12 morale, shock res, stamina. And while the Colonel General has very similar stats, the Patriot are C8 on top of their already ridiculous stats. Then we have the Guard, which is Chain. He brought the Lancier Rouge, the Battle General, which, if I recall correctly, it's a 3-star. So there you go. Makes their morale 3 points better. Which ends they already have 19 defense, 17 attack, 14 morale, shock res, and stamina. He brought the Lancier Polonais, which have 20 defense, 18 attack, 15 morale, shock res, and stamina. He brought 3 gun 12s of the Guard, F4. They have 74 accuracy, 60 reloads. Ridiculous, it's ridiculous. Then, here we go. 6 fantastic units. It's ridiculous. The Guards is fantastic, especially for the 100 Days campaign. He brought the 1st Chasseurs à Pied, which are L4, 29 accuracy, 96 reload, 13 morale, L4. He brought the 2nd Chasseurs à Pied, 2 of them, which have 28 accuracy, 94 reload, 11 morale, they're L4. He brought the 3rd Chasseurs à Pied plus a Battle General for it, which I'll just read out the Battle General stats. It's 0 stars, by the way. It has 27 accuracy, 94 reloads, 10 morale, 11 morale, L4. Then he brought the 4th Chasseurs à Pied, 26 accuracy, 82 reload, 9 morale, L4. He brought the 2nd Grenadier à Pied, Battle General. It's stupid how good the stats are. 30 accuracy, 114 reload. G4, 27 melee in-game, 21 defense, 19 morale, shock raz and stamina, and on top of the 19 morale, of course, because it's a battle general, it's a Louis Friand, which makes it 24 morale in-game. On top of having the general and other units nearby, it can beat the Grognard. It really can beat the Grognard. It's stupid. Then we have the 4th Grenadier à Pied, which are G4. Great shooting, 22 melee in game, 12 defense, 14 morale, shock rats and stamina. Compared to the Battle General, the 2nd Grenadiers kind of pales in comparison, but there's nothing really to compare to it. It's a brilliant unit. Moving on to Gerard's army, which is Freedoz. 2 units of L'Incomparable, which are L5, 29 accuracy, 95 reload, 10 morale, shock ras stamina, L5. 2 units of the Charente, L6, 25 accuracy, 79 reload, 8 morale and stamina. Moving on to Reyes' army, as smplayer. The 6th Chevalier Lancier, 2 of them, C8. They have the charge bonus of the Lancers, 15 defense, 13 attack, 9 morale, shock ras and stamina. Again, I'll try to pronounce the French names. 3 units of La Garde Parisienne, which is L5, 25 accuracy, 73 reload, 6 morale and stamina. 2 units of Les Fédères, which are L6, 26 accuracy, 79 reload, 8 morale and stamina. 2 units of L'Impianteuse, which are, it's a pretty nice unit, not star worthy, but it's a pretty nice unit. 2 units of Les Piémonts, which are very large units, so they will hold the line. 2 units of L'Homme de Fer, or Les Hommes de Fer, which are some of my favorite units in the game. L5, 27 accuracy, 96 reload, 11 morale, shock ras and stamina. Les Corses, or Les Corses, L6, 27 accuracy, 85 reload, 10 morale, shock ras and stamina, but unfortunately they only have 59 men. And then the Sappers Battle General, which is very, very good for the price. Now that we've gone over all the armies, both for the coalition side and the imperial side, we can finally move on to the battle itself, which I will skip to now. Here we've reached enemy contact from the coalition perspective. So those are incredible, the Lancier Polonais. Basically, I don't think there's a single unit that the coalition has that can face them, light cavalry wise. Obviously they have dragoons, but light cavalry wise, of course if these 3 were to jump on it, they'd win, but you don't know what else is behind there, obviously. Prince Orange. Oh, I don't... Is he gonna limber up? Yep. So, since matches are played by LOC, at this point, yeah, Imperial side can easily secure LOC. Looking at it, they already have 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, 6. You need 5 in total, so that is if this doesn't go down to deathmatch. It might. There's new and experienced players on both sides, so usually when it's experienced players it goes down to LOC, but we'll have to see. On the coalition side I'll also try calling each unit by the name of the player rather than the name of the army, so Orange would be Gringo, I think. Zieten would be Uzo. Who else was there? Hill was Scary T. Or Jean, as he's more commonly known now. And what was the other one? Perch. Perch was Gorde. Here, Uzo... Yeah, actually, Uzo does well in pushing because earlier I said you don't know what's behind there, but the guards, like, they had a further ahead deployment zone than the rest of the army, so the only cav that could be there was the guards cavalry, and they'll probably only have, what, 3? 4 at max cav, and in this case they only brought 2. So, yeah, the coalition should be pushing far more aggressively with their cav right now while they have the chance. Try to take out the Lancier Polonais. That's beautiful unit to take out, especially since 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they're C8, but you're C7, okay? Don't worry, use the road. Try to cut it off. Something. You can't let that unit roam around the rest of the game. So looks like the majority of the coalition is going towards the center, at least infantry-wise, while Mr. Gorde seems to be looking to go around the flank. He has a road. Slow army, but the road will assist him in those movements. We have the beautiful 95th rifles. Voltigeurs, yeah, they've got a hold of LOC majority for now. Coalition's only chance obviously is to attack. We'll see how it goes. Orange gets his already in a good position now. Let's see if he hits. Never mind, I thought it was a good position, but he needs to push up a little more. Let's see if he realized what happened. And there you go. What the coalition should have been fearing to begin with. The majority of the French cav arrived, and now, yeah, that's it. Now they don't have the quantity advantage, and neither do they have the quality advantage, definitely not. And Chain, or Uvarov, Chainmail as he's more commonly known as, does well in pushing aggressively. Indeed, does very well in pushing aggressively. The terrain isn't to his benefit, but, you know. The rest of these should be pushing too. I understand there's an arty there, but it's not even doing anything. It's not even hitting. It changed mid shots and it did well, but it should be going more aggressively with their cav, the Imperial side. The Dragoons there, no worries. They see the Dragoons, pull back when you need to. The Dragoons can't really charge right now because they'd be charging into the back of their own units. Maybe now they could? Yeah, which they are, good. But other than that... Colonel, General, that's the really good units. Yeah, it's gonna demolish that. But that Dragoon there, they need to wrap around that Dragoon. Yeah, Shane should have brought his general up quicker. Lancier Rouge, don't waste a Lancier Rouge into that Dragoon. It might kill it, honestly, probably will. But let's see how much damage it suffers. He got lucky that the Dragoon pulled back. If the Dragoon held, no matter if it was gonna rout regardless, it was gonna do a lot of damage against those Lanciers Rouge. This is a mess right now. The French seem to be winning. Yep, lost their RT. About to lose the grasshoppers, it seems. Losing a bunch of their cav. They're getting their cav shot by their own units. Over here on this flank, the French could be pushing over here. They're already pushing over here, which is good. They're about to lose the gen, it seems. Yeah, honestly, the French keep pushing around this side with their cav. Doesn't matter if it's wind to just walk. Coalition seems to be wanting to do a counterattack, not a good idea. A patriote, yeah, goodbye. Goodbye. Kind of a... Not sure if it's a waste, such a good unit. It's getting shot at and stuff, but... maybe shouldn't have used it just yet. It's such a fantastic unit. But yeah, so far this seems to be leaning incredibly heavily into the French favor. Or rather into the French side's favor. British, or the coalition side lost a bunch of cav. Lost an arty unit. The French, though, they need to keep up the attack. They need to keep pushing around this side. So much space. There's light company there, just charge it, which they are. That's good. Let's hope they don't get shot in the face. There's such delay. Or lag. It's not even to do with my computer at this point. If it was with the computer, it would be FPS. As you can see, it's stuttering, which is annoying. As more units die, it'll get better. Looks like Chain forgot that unit. At least I would hope so. Yeah, he's moving it away. No, if he tries to take that engagement, is he? He cannot take that fight. Yeah, he does well when pulling back. Over here on this flank, Gorde, scouting, pushing a little bit it seems. Or he stopped. English have the hill, more artillery arriving, but you gotta keep in mind that they have to push. So they have to eventually abdicate that hill anyways. French cavalry seems to be relaxing, resting. Should be pushing, as I said before. I think that's Nate. Saracen, yeah, that's Nate. Maybe he has a plan, I don't know. French cav here running. Chevalier don't see it running. What is he trying to do? Is he gonna charge into that blob? That's kind of a waste. Yeah, okay, he's gonna kill what? Dutch inf, okay. If even. Nah, I don't advise doing that. Survive was pointless. Interesting movement so far. Seems like most of the fight's going to be around this town area. I was told it was going to be a quite concise battle. Seems to be the case so far. French still have the opportunity to push around this side. Choose not to. Looks like they're pulling away. Well, there goes that. French infantry pushing on this side. Which units are those? Oh, the chasseurs à pied. Alright, pretty alright units. Yeah, really good units. The tirailleurs are fine. What are they facing? KGL. The KGL though are really good too. Far smaller in size, but they're really good too. But because of the pettiness that is the 65 range Brandbess, the French might get the volley off first. Looks like they're not in range yet, either army. But when they do, pretty sure the French are gonna get the first volley off, if they're smart about it. 70 range against 65 range for some reason. Here we have British artillery. Let's see if the French are smart about it. Let's see if they... Oh! Never mind, they're gonna get the first volley off regardless. Only need to watch out not to be wrapped around. These units should be pushing up. Yeah, and they do good in pulling back. On impact they won't do that much damage, but because they reload so fast they're gonna do quite a bit of damage over time. Yeah, as soon as I saw already like this, I knew it was Jean's army. RT. He always loves doing that with the artillery. British seem to be pushing up. Might get a volley off on the Lancier Polonais. Yeah, see, 4-pounders don't do that much damage at all, but over time, because they're fast reloaded, they're gonna hurt. Are they getting a volley off? What? A model. Better than nothing. It's already down to 20 men. Such a great unit too. Grasshoppers are fine. Remember, when units reach tired, they start to get some debuffs to their accuracy and reload. It doesn't affect artillery, however. Only, obviously, cavalry and their movement speed and such, and infantry and their accuracy, reload, and melee and such. Another volley from the 4-pounder. Very disruptive. Doesn't do that much damage, but that's a really good unit if you recall, the Stormers. So they need to get out of there. Either switch places with something, they need to get out of there. That's too good of a unit to be wasted. Then there's even more artillery now. Guard 12s. That one's gonna hurt. Yeah. These are way too good units to be wasted here. Needs to pull back behind the hill, try to do something in the town. Good units like these, no. You fight for LOC with them. You try to do decisive engagements. He needs to pull them back, no. Seems to be pushing with the KGL. Let's see where this goes. On the other flank, all quiet on the western front. Or eastern front from this perspective. That hurts. That hurts to see. Ugh. There's even more. Such lag. Ugh. Here Uzo either forgot about his artillery or seems to be pushing it up, indeed. Pulling it back, never mind. Let's see what he does. Sure, the firefight is obviously winning against those units, but in the long run, that's not advantageous at all. Getting the really good units really hurt by that RT. Nevertheless, Jean keeps pushing up. The thing the coalition definitely has over the French is the army size, I think 2,000 more men, or maybe a bit more than that. So they definitely have that on their side, but we'll see. Shane's doing well. His good units are barely getting hurt, while the Voltigears are soaking up that damage. He's doing really well. British got their artillery in position, 6-pounders, 6-pounders. Another 6-pounder set getting in position, 6-pounders. Plenty of guns. But the French have the advantage on caliber-wise. He's pulling back, but he's still not under an incline, so he's still just gonna keep getting shelled. See what happens. KGL pushing. Here comes the new player with the kitties. See what he does. He does well in pushing it into the town, trying to secure it. Let's see what Shane does in response. Although while he's microing on that side, he's getting his poor Napoleonic killed over here. He's lucky that he has his general right there and the units are really good, but... yeah, there you go. He's pulling him back. Good. He secured the 2-pointer. Actually, now the coalition might hold LOC. If they secure this one, and obviously they own this one at the back, So yeah, the coalition seems to be winning LLC now. Which means if I were them, I just pull back. Pull back behind that hill. Force the French to push up the hill against you if you hold LLC. If you're playing against new players, just keep pushing, of course, but you're going against a mix of new players and experienced players, especially Chain with the guard. It's not a good idea to push, but let's see what they do. They have the numbers advantage. Let's see what happens. I still don't like that artillery just completely bombarding them though. At least he's pulling back the stormers. That's good. But the Asai is right there. Is he getting hit? Sorta. Almost got it. I think they're aiming for the cavalry, which is valid also. KGL foot doing very good despite their small size. I suppose the stats are making up for it. Grasshoppers both tired and winded. He's aiming for the Guard 12s, that's good. He already got 2 crew members down. Probably with his own artillery. He's getting his outside bombarded now. That's smart. I think that's Nate. That's smart by Nate to bombard that unit in specific. That's a fantastic unit right there. Getting obliterated. French reinforcements. L'homme de fer. Les hommes de fer, apologies. Very good units. And more artillery. Yeah, Gorde definitely has the cav advantage over here, especially with Totenkopf. But he can't do anything against that. Our infantry, until his infantry arrives. Here come his 3-pounders. Maybe it was a good idea to bring them after all. Guard 12's 3 crew members down. Asai 30 men down. Into the town the British have been pushing pretty well. Again, they have the size advantage, even if they're fighting really good units. The Rories aren't bad at all. They're actually quite good. His unit is spinning. That's not a good sign. It's gonna start spinning. Maybe gotta volley off before they start spinning. Yeah, as you can see, the lag is from the actual game itself, the replay. As you can see, because this unit is taking forever to shoot. Because either someone had a poor connection this match, or a new player refused or forgot to put his graphics down. It's probably been over 10 seconds now. Yep, there they are spinning. Over on this side, yeah, it seems their advance has been halted. Understandable. Uzo did well in pushing his army there though. 4 crew members down, 1 crew member down. They keep pushing here. Those shots up here are getting annihilated. What other unit is there? The Rories are pretty good though. And the Boozman are okay. Not to knock on them. Close chorus combat is pretty good. La Vigie. The English might win this though. better for them. Bigger size units, at least currently. KGL, yep. Needs to pull back there. Yeah, devastating. Devastating up close volleys. Surprised the French are doing so well. Suppose the British haven't gotten their volley off yet. When they do, it's gonna really hurt for the French. There it is. Nowhere near as much as it hurt for them, but needs to pull back. Yeah, the British just need to keep pushing, same with the Prussians. Just keep wrapping around the town, wrapping around the town. Although the French have a lot of reinforcements there. Really good units too. Seems pretty close, neck and neck, honestly. But this flank is not sustainable. Uzo's arriving with some well-needed reinforcements. They still have some reinforcements there. More reinforcements coming this way, but this flank right now is not sustainable. Especially with all that arty there. Especially such good arty.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
Meanwhile over here. Yep, British are pulling back. They got unlucky with their volleys. The French got really lucky with theirs. So they really need to pull back. I suppose when you're fighting L'Incomparable and yeah. Over here, maybe they could have gotten lucky with their volleys, but these units are just too good. The British do well in pulling back. Honestly, shouldn't have taken that engagement to begin with. Here they pull back, which you do well. Pop the rally for some reason. Maybe that was an inspiring their artillery. The British are aiming for... Okay. I would aim for the unlimbered one, but... Or limbered one, rather. I hear charge. Good thing I paused. French are charging here. Yeah, they do well in pulling back. There's Prussians right there in the house. They're just gonna... There's Prussians here. They're getting charged on the side. I thought those were French for a moment. Gorde needs to get out of there. French needs to not shoot himself in the back. Those are the... Oh! Those are the second Grenadier. Oh, it's not Friand. Earlier I thought it was Friand, but it's not. The unit is still spectacular, but it's not as amazing or godlike as I said it was earlier. Still really good. It's only like a tier under the Cognac, so you can only imagine how good they are. Gorde does well in sending in his dragoons. Units already routing. He can pop the square now. Yeah, that was a good take by the French. They just need to pull away from that house because the Prussians are just gonna keep raining hell on them from the house. British arriving too. Spielman, not bad units, honestly. Over on this flank, Light Bobs, another fantastic unit, just getting shelled by artillery. That hurts to see. Russians need to keep pushing. Gorde seems to be doing well with his RT and cav. Just needs to keep pushing that infantry. French are charging. Yep, that's what you're supposed to do with that unit. The British are not getting a volley off, especially not with this lag. But they're gonna keep firing from the house, which is unfortunate for the French side. Gorde has his cav there. Yep. If he's smart about it, he's gonna push it in. Try to do something with his calf. Yeah, the French, yeah, doing well, assaulting this house. Yep. Charge into the house, don't give the cav the chance to attack you. Doing really well. They enter the house winded though. I don't think they get any debuffs unless it's tired. Charge here. Gorde should have gone in with his cav already. He's going to now, but should have gone for the second grenadiers. If I were him, I'd turn fire at will off the house so he wouldn't shoot his own calf. General's there. This is good. If they push now, the coalition, Gorde can keep using those dragoons. This is good. This is looking good for the coalition. What happened there? On that flank, I suppose some calf charged the skirms, got killed. That wasn't a good trade, but this is more important right now. French are doing well. The coalition just needs to keep pushing with their inf to allow Gorde to keep using his calf. Because that's what's gonna save him here right now. Yeah, if anything, charge. Even if it's a poor Dutch unit, just charge. Don't let Gorde get shot like that. On this flank, yet another charge. I'll just take a quick look over here, then we'll return to the big fight. Saracen. Yeah, that unit's dead. That's not even worth looking at. Over here. The fantastic cav units. Wasted like that.
Our men are running, sir.
Here. They can't be doing this. I understand it's a new player, but he needs to charge now, get a shot off. Especially with such big fighting around this house. He can't waste a unit like that. Maybe he'll get lucky. He got charged, but yeah, he got lucky. French assault seems to be repulsed on this side. On this other side, seems to be in the favor of coalition still. Here the Saracens are trying to escape. He's about to get shot. Oh, pulls it back. Good. Good job. Gorde needs to keep pushing. There's a bunch of units standing idle. And there's not that much heavy micro with his units around here. So he just needs to keep pushing. Unless he's trying to micro the house. That's a joke, Gorde. Calm down. Now the British really need to hold here, or else the house is going to be in danger of being encircled by the French. They seem to be doing pretty good. Although the French still have some strong units there, they're fighting over here. Over here the British seem to be winning. It's looking favorable for the coalition right now, especially since the French are about to lose their Guard 12s. Those 4-pounders again, they're annoying, but they don't do that much damage unless it's in the long term. Yeah, it's looking good for the coalition. Gorde just needs to keep pushing. He needs to keep pushing. Wrap around the French side or something, help them out. And the house is holding. That is remarkable. The house is holding. Wow. British doing well. Jean has units everywhere, poor guy. Here, over there, over here. Gee, I know he doesn't have Cav to worry about, but still. Yeah, French about to lose in the house, and bye-bye. That's remarkable. Now Gorde just needs to send in his pioneers, which he's trying to do. I'll give him credit for that. Yeah, if I was Zuzu at this point, I'd push over here. The British are about to win here. They're winning. Oh, nice. There was a charge. Got shot in the face. And being shot by the house. Yeah, that's... And it started off really good for the French side, especially with the cav engagements in the beginning. They just didn't take well enough advantage of it. Like, the coalition got slapped in the face because they weren't aggressive enough, and now the French are being slapped in the face for not being aggressive enough. There's some reinforcements arriving. Well, no, not so much reinforcements, it's the guard units that have already been in combat, but they're really good, don't knock on them. Honestly, if I were them, I don't know, maybe try to take out the Sardi and go for the house. Ignore that one. That'd make 1, 2, 3, 4. They'd still be losing an LOC. Yeah, they need that 2-pointer. They should have gone for it earlier. They arrived at the town first. I don't see the reason why they didn't take it first. Brutal battle, Jesus. Really entertaining to watch so far, back and forth. A lot of silly mistakes though, that are more frustrating than fun to watch though. I understand there's new players and stuff, so can't really knock on them. But there's still experienced players on both sides. And I think it's the NPL, so the experienced players are there in voice chat to help out the new players, so it's not so inexcusable like that. Here Gorde did well. He forgot about his units, fell asleep for a little bit, but he did well. Kinda made up for that. French player sleeping over here. Well, is he microing elsewhere? But that was a really good take by Gorde. French player finally realized what's going on. Yeah, it's good. He didn't spam click to get that already. But if he was an asshole, he could have gone for that already. Yeah, well, fair play to Gorde for not going for the arty. Other Artie. If it was someone like Beef Jerky, he would have gone for it. I'm fucking with you, don't worry. Really good units arriving. Let's see if they push here or something. They gotta do something. Because around that 2-pointer, that was a massacre. Just look at all these French men dead. They still have a bunch of units. Really good units too. Les hommes de fer. Yeah, the French can still pull this off. The British still have a bunch of reinforcements too. This is close. This is a tough battle for both sides. I like where this is going. Coalition definitely have the upper hand right now though. Here's an overview. God, this replay is laggy. I would not want to be playing this game if I was any of them. I'll leave it like this for now, and if there's something interesting going on, I'll zoom in. I like an overview of the battle, so you get a more of a strategic view of it. Actually, let's zoom in here real quick. British winning over here. What unit is that? Oh, just garrisons. Thought they forgot about it. If I were Gorde, I'd push there. I know he doesn't need to, but I don't know. Maybe, yeah, there's some movement over there. Yeah, if I was Gorde, I'd push there. To get their attention over there too, since they're pushing over here. And Uzo's infantry can now withstand that. Well, now that reinforcements are there, and artillery. If he makes the artillery look over there, then yeah, he can win. Yeah, this is looking really good for the coalition. Really solid. Oh, this is the really good units. Facing off against really good units too.
We have killed their general, sir. Now they must break.
Oh, it was by artillery. There goes Chains General. Really good volleys. Over here, French did well in massing over here. The British need to plug that hole. Yeah, the French are doing well over here. Although they can't get too overzealous or else they might get shot in the face. Nope, the unit would rather not fire. French did good in charging over here. British need to plug that gap. They're pushing over there, but they might lose the French because of the reinforcements arriving and the artillery. Over here, really good initiative. Really good units too.
Our men are running, sir.
And Gorde's on it with his cav, that's good. Good initiative by the French, good response by the coalition. And another general dead. Intermission. Yeah, artillery. 2 Imperial generals down. Yeah, the Dragoon, that's really well played by Gorde, I must admit. Saved the British right here. He might still use his, lose his Dragoons. Nope. Alright. Over here, if I was the French, I would do a renewed assault. All the attention's over there. Do they have any cav? Yeah, that's another thing. If they had their cav there, why didn't they use it? Like, that's really well played by Gorde, but the French have 3 units of cav sitting there. Let's take a look over here now. Again, the French assault continues, but as I predicted, it's not looking perfect for the Prussians, but they're definitely gonna win, especially with the arty support there. Looking like it's in the coalition's favor. Oh yeah, if he sneaks that cav through, come on Uzo. Come on Uzo. Of course, Uzo, you could have gone for that already. British plug the gap. French advancing straight ahead into British fire. L'homme de fer. Or les hommes de fer. Still don't know how to say it. Let's see the volley, come on. Nah, the game was too laggy. Volleys won't even go off. Prussians are holding less well than I thought they would. Still can't advance straight ahead into artillery though. If I was Zuzu, I'd pull back a little more. Over here, attack initiated, that's good. Yeah, they did good. But now, yeah, they can't keep pushing like that, they need to pull back. Really interesting battle. Here's the French pushing. Yeah, they need to push over there, they need to use this cav. They need to pull back over here, else they're gonna get shot in the face. British have reinforcements arriving, yeah. They need to send something over here though. These units sitting back here, I understand these micro-wing over there, I understand. But he needs to move these units over here. Uzo can say something. Really interesting battle. Is that unit firing into their own back? Let's hope it doesn't. Oh, it's shooting. Oh, 3 down. Jesus. What was it this time? That was the first model. That is unlucky, and lucky by Gorde. That is very unlucky for the French side. The very first model. Well. We'll see how it goes over here. If I was Gorde, I'd push here though. Definitely would, especially with that going on over there. And how fragile this flank is. Gorde either needs to reinforce over here or push. He needs to do something with it.
Sir, your general has been killed.
3-1 now. Who was it? Daddy Hill. Yeah, good. French kept pushing over here. Earlier I said they should have pulled back, but with even more units arriving over here, especially with the cav help, yeah, they did good in pushing. Now Gorde definitely needs to do something over there. British need to send units over here. Yeah, this is... I don't know, the morale for the French is very shaky though. Coalition might still hold on. Yeah, they're holding over here. Over at the town. Yeah, they initiated the charge. I knew it. As soon as I saw those good units. Yeah. Is he doing something? He needs to use that infantry. It's bugging the hell out of me. French did well over here. Let's recap. Flank over here very fragile. Flank over here collapsing for the French, but the coalition still has a chance, especially with all their already camped there and in position rather, and all that infantry there. Over here they're holding, or so it seems for the time being. This is very close. Very good battle. It's a shame that it's so laggy though. Must have been hell to micro in with all this lag. Trying to keep a close eye on the minimap. So much shit going on at the same time. French charging over here. They do well. Cav pushes through. Prussians being tied up over here. The RT is doing a good job though. Kitties. They're going straight into Cav. Wasted the kitties. Ugh. No. If anything, should have taken the Prussians out, put the kitties in the house. That's a shame. You might lose that. But all that already shooting? Les Croix. This is gonna be very close. Sticking out at least one of the guns. Yeah. Okay, well. Actually, wow. They're gonna hold. Over here, they did well. Yeah, they charged with the remainder of their Lancier Rouge to take out that RD position. French charging here. They're gonna lose that melee though, I think. That's a really good unit. But Uzo held. He did good. Over here, what happened to the kitties? The kitties were rescued by the dragoons, so it seems. Again, apologies, I can't look everywhere at the same time. Yeah, it seems the kitties were rescued by Gorde. Over here, the fragile flank seems to be holding, barely. That is holding. So far, coalition's winning. So much to micro everywhere though. Uzo needs to push. Uzo's doing good pushing. RT's intact. French charging. Really good battle though. Trying to take a look at everywhere. Difficult to do so though. I'm surprised that unit's... There you go. Surprised this unit hasn't rotted yet. That's a mistake to do that. Yeah, he's not gonna kill both, Dave. Don't charge him, please. He's charging him. That's a mistake to do that. He's getting shot in the face. He's getting attacked by the dragoons.
Our men are
He
running.
does well in doing the 2 charges, but he's gonna lose there. He did well charging here, that's good. But then the unit's just gonna turn around. Over here the French attack was repelled. Over here this fragile little flank's getting some much needed reinforcements. French cav seems to be wanting to do something. Around the house it's safe. I'm doing that as a joke. Don't worry, Gorde. If anything, I'd force squares there. Yeah, GG. That's GG on this flank. British are gonna win here too. Don't care there's cav there. What is it gonna do? Their only chance is doing something at the house, doing something here. That's a really fragile flank still. Do something there, I guess, with his calf. This flank is just really fragile over here. The French can try something here. One last push or something. But other than that, coalition seems the battle's decided. I found Kev sitting in the back. I guess it came back. It's walking. Yeah, they're doing good in massing over here. They need to take advantage of this. The British can just move.
Our men are running, sir.
Really, really tough for the French to win now. I don't think they can make it though. French are pulling away from there. British are doing well in repositioning to over here. Fragile flank. Yeah, that's GG. You're charging. Okay. Initiated the charge. Do they have cap support there? All the smoke can't see shit. No, no cav support. But they have some imp support, and they're really good units. Still a bunch of British units here. Turned the wrong way. He's turning around. That's good. Yeah, the French can't win now. Gorde's pushing. French are getting shot from the side of the house. Gorde not letting the British get encircled. That's good. Ouzel's trying to wrap around the French. That's good. Fragile flank secure. Artillery bombarding them. French have like one single cav unit left. Yeah, that's GG. Well, hard fought battle, really fun to watch, apart from all the lag and the stuttering. Back and forth in the beginning. Again, Coalition got smacked for not being aggressive enough, then the French got smacked even harder for not being aggressive enough. Very interesting battle to watch, very fun to watch. This is a good battle. Especially for some of the new players. This is going to be a battle they'll remember for quite a bit. This is really fun to watch. Yeah, I'll give him credit. He finally snuck that unit around to take out the arty. Small consolation prize, I suppose. Is there any unit there to save him? Yeah, that's a consolation prize. They'll take out the army. Won't win anything, but... let's take a look over here. Force a square, gonna shoot the square. Gorde can keep pushing over here. Chevalier Gélancier very tired, they're gonna get caught by the dragoons. Here's Tauros, Battle General 2. The fantastic, absolutely amazing unit that caps off the reload speed. I don't think they saw much fighting at all. Are they trying to go into the house? No. I think he's gonna shoot the house with it. No, don't waste a unit like that. It's like the best units in this entire match. Even better than the French Guard. If he wakes it, I'm ending the battle. He's shooting the house with it. It doesn't really matter. French, maybe they can pull something off. The units are too tired. If they were fresh, use the cav charge or something, like they're trying right now here. Massing a charge, using the cav with it. This is good. Uzo just needs to keep pushing here, apply pressure on him. Gorde's doing well in pushing here too. Uzo needs to keep pushing here. There's no way they can still win, but this was good. Last ditch effort. What about the Toros? Just being used to shoot the house. If I was Uzo, I'd charge in the Dragoons to do that mass. Not anymore because they can square now, though. I'll put the scoreboard in the description. I still think there shouldn't be a scoreboard. People get too into the KD ratio stuff when none of that matters.
We have killed their general, sir.
And all the Imperial generals are dead. Coalition lost one.
Our men are running, sir.
The French are going into the house for no reason. See if the unit breaks. Yep, it broke. Well, there you go. Battle's over. GG, well played. Pretty fun battle. There it is. I don't have much to say. Pretty fun battle. I bet it wasn't that much fun to play because of all the delay, but other than that, it was fun. It was fun to watch. Cheers to the new players that played. Cheers to the experienced players that guided them. Let's take a look at Jean's unit stats. There it is. And with that, I'm off. I'll see y'all later.